Those tents are very close together. Those tents are so close together, but the funny thing is there's so much other room to put tents. You could probably put another probably another 8 tents in there, and yet those two decide to go right together. Good morning. It is day 167. Yesterday I quite enjoyed it. Physically it was pretty tough. So started up I had a little bit of a warm up and then up a hill, and then along the flats for a while on the sides of the hills. The views once I got up a bit higher were pretty cool. Then climbed up a big hill and up into the open. Oh, beautiful views, absolutely gorgeous. And a big, over 3,000 foot downhill. That wasn't as bad as I was expecting, thankfully. Crossed a river and then up a big hill. Not quite 3,000, but pretty close to it. Lots of switchbacks. But once again, it was actually pretty good. It was hot though, lots of bits in the open. The sun was hot. And then tiny bit sort of gentle ups and downs, and then a big downhill. And I think I got 3/4 of the way downhill, but I've gone down the steepest part of the hill. And there was one part where the track was narrow, and I kept on kicking the inside of my feet and ankles, which was a little sore. My ankle from the previous day was a little tender from the kicking a rock into it. Yeah, last night it hurts if I poke it, but it doesn't hurt when I'm walking, so it's not really a big issue. It's starting to bruise up this morning. Yeah, apart from that, body felt pretty good. Energy levels were good. I was hungry. Yeah, a lot of the day I was quite hungry. I wolfed down my lunch and wolfed down my dinner. I've now eaten the desserts that were meant to last the next 3 nights. I've now eaten them all. So I've got no more desserts left, no more lollies left. So I might have to look at the detour into the bakery on tomorrow, which I wasn't going to. We'll see. We'll just see how the timing goes. So today, I continue the downhill. As I say, it's not the steep downhill anymore. It's just following the river down, and then there's a big down river for 3 miles, cross a bridge, back up river 3 miles, and then climb up another hill, and then it's the rest of the day it's sort of the normal hills. Yeah, looks like a nice clear day again, which is fantastic. So hopefully it's another good day. I slept through my alarms again this morning. I've got 4 alarms set off, and yeah, just slept through them. I'm gonna have to start, maybe leave my phone on overnight and turn the alarm on with my phone. Anyway, so I woke up at 20 to 7, but I think it was a record pack up this morning because I was on the way with 20 past 7. So 40 minutes, usually about an hour. Yeah, so that was good. This is beautiful mossy forest in places. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Reminds me of home. Old South Island mossy forest. There's a really nice angle going downhill. Quite enjoying this. Seem to be motoring along. just past a junction with the Seattle Trail. Strange spelling. And now the trails go really wide and smooth and flat. Nice. I think that's the point where the people do an alternate to the PCT. They do a shortcut. So they want to cut off the 3 miles down to the bridge and the 3 miles back. But what it means is crossing a very large and fast flowing river, which from all the comments is a pretty dangerous river. And the other thing is, it's not the PCT. You'll get to the marker and you won't have done 2,653 miles. You'll have done 6 miles less. So, yeah, getting in a hurry to get to the marker is sort of defeating the purpose of doing a trail. I keep waiting for this luxury trail to turn rough, but nope, it stays beautiful. And I'm still going very slightly downhill as well. So, lovely. Of course, that means going back up the other side of the river I might pull, but at this gradient, I don't think I'll even notice. Luxury track, and we get little bridges as well. Ooh. I'm making the most of this lovely track, really searching hard, trying to see any wildlife apart from chipmunks. So far nothing, but I'll keep searching. I had to put my pack down for scale of this monster tree. Absolutely gorgeous and amazing size. Stream crossing time. Looks like a nice easy route across the rocks. Whee! That was easy. It's funny, we're getting bridges over these nothing little streams or dry streams, and yet that last crossing had no bridge, which I imagine when the melt is a pretty big stream. Wow, this came quicker than I was expecting. That was a very quick 3 miles. Oh, right. Big bridge. Wow, definitely do not want to be trying to cross that on a shortcut. Deep and fast. Oh, hey! I think I keep heading downstream just for a very short time to get to a trail junction. Oh, there's a toilet there. And then start heading back up the river. But now I start going uphill. And here's the junction. Seattle Road that way. But this is my way. PCT. Isn't that pretty? The moss hanging there and the leaves are just starting to turn colour. Very pretty. This is Miners Creek. Oh, that's a pretty one. Like that. These blazes are just so intrusive into the tree. That's a pretty deep cut that is made all the way to the inner of the tree. Not sure whoever thought that was a good idea to go quite so deep. Wow, I'm glad we don't blaze like that anymore. I've come up the face of this hill, and now I've turned and heading up the valley, just staying on the side of the hill. I've got several miles of just steady uphill along the side. Then I get a bit of a reprieve of the gradient, and then another steeper hill. Oh, this looks like an awkward height to get under. Maybe over. Yeah, I think over's easier than under. Whew. It's always pretty with the stream coming down the mossy rocks. Gorgeous rocks. So it's 12 o'clock and I'm still climbing. I've been climbing since 9 o'clock. Oh, here's more of these really neat coral looking fungi. After not seeing anyone all morning, at 12:05, as two ladies having lunch by a stream. Less than 5 minutes later, there's a lady with two dogs who didn't give way to me going uphill, by the way. And one of them is Jeannie. It's just a little weenie dog with its own pack. And then just past another two people having lunch. So now it's got busy. I'm going to stop for lunch. I'm just on the lookout for a nice place to stop. And that was my lunch spot. Sitting on a log. Doesn't look nice that way, but I was looking out at the green forest out this way. Okay, so I'm at the very short, flat interlude of this hill. Less than a mile of flattish terrain. Then the next hill is about 1,500 feet. And after that, it goes down, and then there's one of a couple of hundred, or 300 or 400 feet, and then it's downhill all the way to Stehekin, which is good. I won't get there tonight. It's still 22 miles away. But yeah, so one more big hill, and then I've got a break from hills for a while. Oh, that is beautiful. In the trees all morning. This is the first clearing, and woohoo! Oh yeah, that is one pretty mountain. Oh, and it keeps on going. Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Right. Oh, finally above the trees. So, above the trees, there's one. It's fairly snow-covered still. Look at that. Well, those are glaciers. It's not. And then coming around, we've got that. And then these ones over here as well. Woohoo! Alright. Now I'll keep climbing. I'll keep that as my memory. Ooh. I am on the saddles. That means that climb is done. Beautiful views. Now I've got a little downhill before another uphill, but it's a much smaller one than that. And that seemed to go pretty quick, which is good. And I'm keeping a close eye on the mileage, because I'm just about at 100 miles to go. Here's a spot for a panorama. I'm just going to have to pause part way through. Going through to there. And I can pick it up here, and then we get the rest. So that one's now hidden. Woohoo! So yeah, you can see the trail down there. Zigzags down, and then I'm gonna, not sure where my up is, but there'll be one more small up. Woohoo! Canada, 100 miles ahead. Wow. Thinking back to when I had done 100 miles and it took me, I have to check how long it took me, but it was a long time. And knowing if I wasn't going to be doing any stops, it would only be 4 days from here. But it's going to be about 5.5, maybe 6 with the extra stops I'm doing. But wow. 100 to go. 99.9 to go. Woohoo! Oh, that's a good feeling. So now I'm following along the side of the hill, dropping into the valley, and then I'll be following that valley. And I think it's about 18 miles of valley, something like that. I'll do an exact mileage once I get to the top of the last little hill up ahead.
I'm Conundrum, I'm a Thru Nobo as they call it, and yeah, I'm doing the PCT from start to finish, hoping to finish in a couple of days.
And he's the first through hiker I have seen all day. Just had quite a long chat with Conundrum. It's just nice talking to another through hiker. Yeah, he's doing a lot longer mileages than I am each day. One of the things he said is bad weather forecast to be coming in. I think he said late Sunday, Monday, which is close to when I'm looking at finishing. So I might have a wet couple of final few days, but so be it. Once again, that's through hiking. Woohoo, look at that. Going down, and then I can see the trail going across in there, up and over, and then the big down starts from there. Woohoo! There's the trail. And that's where I've just come from. Pretty cool in amongst all these massive boulders. So the trail's pretty nice in between them. Once again, trail builders did a really good job. Just met a really neat couple. They're going for a bit of a section hike, and they do every year. They say they like to go the opposite direction on the PCT and just stop and talk to the hikers, those that will actually talk to them. So I was number 62 that they'd talk to, and yeah, apparently some don't stop and talk. But yeah, really neat. They're just asking a whole lot of different questions. I think they're just sort of comparing different hikers and what they do. You know, things like what was one item you packed to start and then got rid of, and what are your luxury items, and just, yeah, different questions. But that's quite neat. Alright, so Conundrum has now passed me as I was talking to those people. I expected he would. He does much bigger mileages than me. Big, long legs. He's a Belgian, but he's currently living in England. He's got very much of an English accent. Alright, so got a little, probably half a mile more of just gentle up and down before the big down starts. Oh, looks like I'm coming into the open. Yeah, that's nice views. Beautiful. Now I have 4,000 feet, but over 16 miles. So the first bit's quite steep. I still have to get down to this valley here. And it's down this valley and then down the next one as well. So I won't go all the way tonight. And that low point is the turn-off to Stehegan. So downhill, long downhill. But yeah, it looks really steep, this first bit, and then it eases off a bit. Still getting these bright red berries as flashes of colour. quite a few streams at the moment. Well, I've come down quite a way already. It's been in the trees for the most part, but a little bit in the open now. Oh, a lot of work gone into this new trail. And there's my first wasp sting. Ow! That hurts a lot. There's a bright yellow and black wasp. Little one. Don't know how it must have just got stuck under my shorts and stung me in panic. And then it hung on there for a while. I lifted my shorts and saw it. It took a while before it disengaged. So it managed to pump in a fair bit of venom, which is not very nice, and it stings a bit. Just walking through this overgrown stuff, so it must have just been sitting on something and then got caught under my shorts. However, the good thing is, so just standing here, I noticed some thimbleberries, so, yum! Oh, there's another one. Most of the ones I've seen have been this horrible pale colour. Oh, these are nice and tart. Yum. I think the wasp sting was almost worth it. It's not that one. That's just an old ding. It's this. So that's the wasp sting. Strange shape. Thankfully there has been some maintenance on this trail, so I can actually see the trail. But pretty thick bushes either side. Wow, the colour of these trees are gone. They look like they're still on fire. Beautiful reddy, orangey colour. Pity it means they're dead. There's a big river crossing, but fortunately there's this massive log across the river. Can't get across to it. Maybe down there, but I'm actually liking the look across there and then across this big one and across this big fat log. Took a bit to get to it. Had to go around and through some stuff. Oh, this is a large burn area. Seem to have been going through it for ages. So my wasp sting has just changed now from sore to itchy. You can see a red blotch. So that's the site of the sting. And yeah, it's a little tiny bit swollen, but yeah, it's not sore anymore, but it's starting to become quite itchy. It is a bit swollen, but not too bad. Still going alongside this creek. I've had a look on the map and I just cannot find the name of it. The terrain's been changing between open forest like this, the forest with the dense undergrowth, and then open bits with very dense vegetation. Yeah, but it's still mainly downhill. A few little hills like this, but yeah, going downhill. Still feeling good. It's 20 past 6. There is a campsite I'm going to look at as to whether to stop there. That's in probably about 3/4 of the mile, or I might push on for the next one. We'll see. It's all about setting myself up for tomorrow to get the 9:30 shuttle into Stehekin, or more specifically into the bakery at Stehekin. Everyone raves about how good it is, and as I'm fairly hungry, it'd be nice just to have a little bit of food before I continue on the last section to Mazima, or Rainy Pass, and then hitch into Mazima. It's only 20 miles between Stehekin and Rainy Pass. I love how the tail moves every time it squeaks. Just perched on a little branch. Alright, I'm actually going to turn where there's a sign saying camp. I'm going to camp. And looks like I am the only person. So I get to pick where I go. Yay! Somewhere hard up against a tree so that I have shelter from condensation. And there's a nice little toilet, brand new one as well. Doesn't that look pretty? And it's a lot closer to camp than a lot of the other ones have been. So finding a campsite away from the traffic to the toilet, just in case there are other people coming. So definitely not there. So potentially here, well, it's a bit open, very sloping ground. No, don't like that one. I think this one here looks good. Yep, that'll do it. Still a bit sloping, but not too bad. It has swollen up a bit, swollen up in an area that goes around like that. And if you compare the two legs together, you can definitely see where it's swollen. But not too bad really, you know, to have just that small area there swollen. It doesn't hurt. It is quite hot to the touch, but yeah, pretty much a relatively normal reaction to a wasp.